Welcome, food lovers. You are going to love tonight's dish. It is a taste of comfort, and it's award-winning chocolate chili. I know that sounds like an odd combination, but trust me, it really works. The amazing flavors of chili mixed with sweet chocolate, yum. A dish made in heaven, at least for me, a chocolate lover. Okay, so what I've done is I've prepared all of the ingredients already. Ground beef is already lovingly browned. Everything's ready to go. As you can see here, all ready to go, which will speed up the whole cooking process. That term in French is called mise en place. Mise en place, everything in its place. So we start off with the ground beef. This is all going into a Dutch oven. All right, Dutch oven. And if you have a crock pot, show your crock pot some love. Use a crock pot. Then you don't have to, you can just let it cook. It takes a little longer by a crock pot, but that's okay. That was cooked bacon I just put in as well. So the bacon, ground beef, ready to go. Next ingredient is, I better take the lid off. I know. The next ingredient is olive oil. So I've poured that in. No, I'm not measuring because cooking is from the heart. I am letting the olive oil heat up, and next adding coarsely chopped onions. I'm going to show you a really quick technique for chopping your onion, for dicing it. All right, so here's the onion. I have already sliced it in half, and I have left the root on. So I have just taken the other end off, and so now that makes it really simple for removing the onion skin. And it'll just take a second. Okay, so as simple as that. You just cut it in half, cut the non-root end off, and there we go. Now it's ready to chop. So the recipe calls for chopped onions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it in place, take the knife, the sliced end. I sliced 2 slices in. Now I am going to simply go like this. So as close as I can get into the root, I'm slicing. I'm trying to keep my fingers away so you can see what I'm doing. So I have sliced into the root. So it's still holding all together. Now, so I have the slices, 1 slice, 2 slices. And then now I'm going to slice down, and as you can see, these are all uniformly sliced pieces of onions, and they are all ready for our chili. So that goes in. We're going to saute the onions until they become caramelized, which means lightly browned. So once they're ready, I'll talk to you then. Thank you. Welcome back. When you're cooking, especially at night, it's always nice to have a glass of wine in your hand, just for the occasional sip. All right, so the onions are nicely caramelized, which means slightly browned. They are softened. Next, I'm going to add the carrots that I've chopped, the celery, and then the last ingredient that we're going to saute are the peppers. So these are all bell peppers. So we are going to saute all of those together with the onions until they're nice and softened. And I'll be back to you when they're ready. Thank you. Welcome back. The vegetables are now all beautifully sauteed, so they're nice and soft, and they are ready to go. So the next step is to add spices. And so what we're going to do is we're going to add the spices and heat them in with the vegetables, because what happens is heating of the spices releases the flavors. So there are a number of them, as you can see. The more spices, the merrier. So the first one is chili powder. Of course, we're making chili. The next ingredient is cumin. So it's a beautiful combination between the two, cumin and chili. The next, which adds a beautiful twist, is cinnamon. So cinnamon comes next, and then ground coriander. And that has a beautiful lemony flavor to it. Ground coriander next, and then oregano, dried oregano. You can use fresh if you have it. And then last but not least, we have dried red pepper chili flakes to add some kick to our chili. And then we're adding freshly ground pepper. You can, if you don't have freshly ground pepper, you can use just your standard pepper, that's okay. And no, I didn't measure, cooking's from the heart. And then I'm also adding some sea salt. Himalayan sea salt is the type that I prefer to use, but if you just have white table salt, that's fine as well. So what's happening is the spices are heating and I'm mixing them up with the vegetables. And so the scent that I'm getting right now, it actually takes me away to Morocco. That's where it takes me. It is a delicious, exotically spiced scent that I smell. It's amazing. So the minute these spices start to heat up and really release their flavors, which they're doing right now, then the spices are ready to go. It doesn't take long for them to burn. So just heat them up, release the flavors, then they're ready. They're ready now. Thank you. Okay, next I will deglaze with some red wine. So what deglazing does is basically it lifts up everything from the bottom of the pan. The amazing flavors from these spices will now all be lifted up, and I'm in chili heaven right about now. So I wish you could smell the flavors. Incredible. Okay, so we're just heating that through quickly. Next ingredient, I'm using canned diced tomatoes with all of their liquids. So that's ready to go. If you have fresh tomatoes, perfect. And then what you do is you just put them straight into a food processor and blend. That's all you do. And sorry, I turned my back to you there. That was rude. Okay, tomatoes are all in. Next ingredient, tomato paste. I am skipping the steak sauce. That is on the recipe too, but it's entirely optional to you. I find there's enough flavor without it, but your call. It's always your call when you're cooking because it's all from the heart. I know I'm repeating myself. Next ingredient is adobe chili peppers. They are smoked jalapeno peppers. And the chipotle smoked jalapeno peppers, and the adobe sauce is a tomato sauce with spices. And so you can see it is finely chopped. So that's going in too. So what that will add is a delicious smoky flavor to the chili. Okay, thank you. I'm just going to let all these flavors meld together and then I'll see you on the other side. So everything is in the Dutch oven now, and the only ingredients left to add are the kidney beans. So this has been cooking for quite some time and the flavors have all melded together really nicely. So next, kidney beans, and then after that comes some nicely chopped cilantro. So that goes in, and that adds a really nice flavor to this chili. It makes it really, really unique and somewhat exotic to me. And then, so we will let that cook together for about 10 minutes, and then the last ingredient is chocolate. So I'll add that with you in a minute. So the kidney beans and the cilantro have been cooking together with the chili for about 10 minutes. The very final step and the most interesting step is the chocolate. So I've coarsely chopped this dark chocolate and I'm adding it in now, and I'm going to stir it around, and the heat from the chili is going to melt it, and it just adds a really nice, delicious richness to this chili. And it's similar to Mexican mole sauce, whether you've ever tried that or not. Anyway, enjoy your chocolate chili and the comfort that chili will bring you. I hope you love it as much as I do. As I said, I am in chili heaven, chocolate and chili. What more could one want in life? Enjoy.